Hello everybody and welcome back to Newegg TV. I'm Steve and today I have a pantomime next to me named Leon. He's going to not talk the whole time and just do one of these I'm trapped in a box motions. Leon, go ahead and show him your box. You're such a good sport. I thought you would just say no immediately. All right, so today we actually have the Z97X-Gaming G1, is it? The G1 WIFI-BK motherboard, right?
Correct. So
we're just going to do a quick overview for you guys, and I'm actually gonna start with some of the stuff that comes inside the box, if you're okay with that.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. I mean, it is called the Z97X-Gaming G1 Wi-Fi, so it does come with some cool accessories such as a Wi-Fi card.
As a Wi-Fi card.
Just so you guys know, this is a wireless AC, so the new standard. And it also includes Bluetooth in it as well.
Bluetooth 4.0 or 4.1?
Bluetooth 4.0.
4.0, and it's the Intel dual band wireless AC 7260, just so you guys know. Of course, SMA plugs for that, so you guys did provide a magnetized adjustable antenna, and I'll spin that around so you can actually see the SMA plugs here that you can actually use to attach it. It is magnetized, and just because you're my buddy, I will show people how solid that magnet is. Actually connected for you. Right,
so that's perfect for outside of the case, or even if you want to do something secret, you want to put it somewhere else against the wall.
Something secret, I love it.
Right, under the table, something like that. But definitely this antenna is good for both the Bluetooth as well as the wireless. So previously you might have seen different antennas where it's one for each, but now this one is incorporated into one.
Excellent. And then of course you guys are also providing those nylon braided SATA cables here. Probably difficult to see with my blue shirt in the background, but you can actually tell also that they have, if I could spin it around, 90-degree bend as well as straight cables inside.
Right, and this is pretty exclusive for our Black Edition motherboards. So we actually do carry some other models, our Z97X-UD5H as well as our Z97X-UD3H. Definitely all sold at Newegg, so you can check that out as well.
Being that it is Black Edition, you're also providing this certificate of stability and reliability. This is where you guys actually ran that how many hours was it? I don't see
168-hour test, which is basically 7 days, about a whole week. And you guys have actually done a video on it.
We absolutely have. You guys can check that out, of course, on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Newegg, where we actually did a tour of the GIGABYTE facility and showed the information, an actual studio tour. It's not a studio.
Factory tour.
Factory tour is what I meant to say. Yes, absolutely. But let's move on to the motherboard. So it is a Z97 chipset motherboard, and I'll go ahead and let you take it away, actually. I don't want to steal your thunder.
All right, so definitely, first off, let's talk about the appearance. You're looking at red and black. We got a lot of feedback from all of you users out there that you guys like the color red. So definitely, if that's something you guys want us to see us change, comment below, comment at GIGABYTE USA, our Facebook page, and these are definitely feedbacks that we will always send back to our R&D department as well.
Excellent. Trying to pull out the plug here for that. Go ahead, the G1 quarter thread.
As you can see, we have threaded fittings right here, so you can actually choose your own barbs. You can actually do custom water cooling with more ease now. So you can get 3/4, 1/2, depending on what your preference is. Aside from that, you can see that these heat sinks are actually much beefier. We also have a heat pipe coming from the chipset over to our PLX chip right here that supports 4-way graphics. So speaking of 4-way graphics, this card does do 4-way crossfire as well as 4-way SLI.
Excellent. Then I did want to jump back over again because you do have those capacitors. They're 105 degrees Celsius at 10,000
hours. Yeah. Right. And not only that, because we're so focused on ultra durability, we also have included 15 microns of gold plating for our CPU socket, as well as for our DIMM slots and PCIe slots.
Excellent. You want to jump down to sound?
Well, yeah, let's definitely jump down to sound right after we let everyone know that we do have some easy quick buttons here for testing if you ever run into troubleshooting errors. We have the LEDs for troubleshooting. You can check your manual for the code as well.
LED debugging.
LED debugging.
Excellent, okay.
And then we also, with 9 series, we have Sata Express. So this Sata Express connector is for our next generation storage options. You're able to hit about 10 gigabits per second, and that's a theoretical speed, of course.
Excellent. Okay, now, spin that back around again. Where would you like to go next, Leon?
Well, definitely, I think we've covered a lot of this, but I just want to also point out that with this motherboard, we also actually have an additional fan header. So if you're doing liquid cooling, an all-in-one solution, you have your regular CPU fan pin header as well as an optional pin header that allows you to actually power your pump as well as your radiator fan at the same time without using any system fan headers.
Excellent.
All right, and moving over to audio, because that is definitely one of the big aspects. Our audio, you can actually see, we're going to show you really quick how you can see the lighting right here where Steve has it lit up. This actually shows the separation of our PCB. So it shows that we've actually separated the left side of the board from the right side of the board. And by doing that, we've actually differentiated the digital side with all of your computer components, as well as from the analog side where audio is. So audio, we're actually using a Soundcore 3D chip. So it's actually, we're one of the first manufacturers to incorporate a quad-core processing chip into our motherboard. So you're actually getting a lot better audio performance, as well as we're using Nichicon electrolytic capacitors, which is one of the higher grade capacitors for audio equipment.
Fantastic. So Sound Blaster powering your sound there, as well as an op-amp it looks like over there, and a couple of switches.
So again, with our previous generations, you might have seen some op-amps. You'll find op-amps on this board as well as gain switches here. So if you have need higher powered headsets, you can actually do that, flip the gain switch to power those, and you can actually change your op-amp depending on sound characteristics that you're interested in listening to.
Fantastic. Want to jump over to rear I/O?
All right, definitely. Show them what we got. So from this, you can actually see one of the main unique things is all of them are colored in gold. That's because these are gold plated. It prevents tarnishing. It helps for better connectivity. So if you ever run into the issue of where you're plugging in a jack and you hear that cackling sound, like
a witch?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
The crackling of a witch.
Yes.
This will stop that.
Excellent.
The gold plating will stop that.
Which is 8 gold.
Yes. We also have 6 USB ports in here, HDMI, DisplayPort, and DVI. Now these are also gold plated. And we also have USB 2.0, but that is a USB DAC, and that's why it's covered in yellow. Most of you guys might be wondering what a USB DAC is. A USB DAC is a digital analog converter. So in case you're into audio mixing, you're into DJing, this is a great board for you to actually use because these USB DACs have its own power source. So you're actually getting a cleaner signal than you would if you were to connect it directly to any other USB.
And of course, if you wanted to, you could actually disable the power going to it.
Right, so with DACs, some DACs are self-powered, so they have an external 12-volt power jack. You can actually disable the power from our USB DACs and actually get signaling straight from it only.
Excellent.
And below the DAC, you'll see a PS2 port, and again, this is just to give you guys an extra added feature. For those of you guys who prefer to use PS2 ports, controllers for gaming or for anything else. As it's a legacy device, if you're using older software, you won't run into any driver issues.
More importantly, just be able to use your keyboard and mouse at an absolute emergency in case you're using a much older operating system, something like that, right?
Right, and then the last thing I want to cover, and I've saved it for last because this time around, like we did say, our focus is, again, gaming is a big section, audio is a big section, but another big thing for all of these things in this era is internet, networking. Everyone's looking at YouTube, everyone's playing games on their system. So what we've actually included a killer NIC, and we also have an Intel NIC. So depending on what your preference is, or if you're a gamer, if you prefer Intel over killer, this is definitely a great solution for you because it has both.
Nice, yeah. Killer, you can use the packet prioritization so that make sure you can get the fastest packets for your gaming or prioritize it if you wanted to have your downloading take it back step to anything else.
Right,
so.
and you can use the other NIC for another system if you want to share that bandwidth out or anything like that as well.
Okay, fantastic. We'll do a next setup on that. Thank you very much, Leon. Is there anything else you want to say about this board before we close it up?
Well, definitely. With our Black Edition, we also have a Black Edition website, so you can check it out at blackedition.gigabyte.com. By purchasing Black Edition motherboards, you get added benefits from different service as well as different sweepstakes that we're offering. We're actually doing a sweepstakes right now where we're picking winners, and there's also a chance for you to go to Computex next year.
Wow, that sounds really cool. So giveaways as well as sweepstakes, all for getting a black motherboard.
Right.
A Black Edition motherboard.
Black Edition motherboard.
Yeah, a lot of the motherboards are black, but that doesn't change the fact that they're not Black Edition. So
again, blackedition.gigabyte.com. Check that out. Check back out our Facebook page. We usually make a lot of posts about it for you guys to see, so you guys don't miss out.
Excellent. Well, Leon, thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate it, man.
All right, thanks for having me.
No problem. Thank you guys also for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to videos just like this one at youtube.com/Newegg, and we will see you guys very soon.